then yeah, so maybe it'll probably just be annoying.
It's up to you, man. It's if you want to head off.
Yeah,
It's up to you.
yeah.
All right.
Just yell that, you know what I mean?
Okay. This is Warren from Pcte Industrial, and we're here today with Pcte FD100 floor detector. So, just wanted to go through the box before we actually get into the system, and then we're just going to do a very, very basic calibration so that I have a chance to run through the user interface. So, comes in this nice box here. Got handles on either side, nice little trolley at the back, okay, as you would need for industrial applications. So we'll just unpack that box. Okay, so in the box we have slots for some of our probes as well as the FD100 unit itself. So there is our FD100 unit. Move it back. Okay, so all of the buttons are on one side. Okay, the connections for the transducers are all on the other side. Okay, so we have an A channel and a B channel for conventional, and then we also have a connector here for the advanced TOF and phasor array probes. On the back, we have a slot to keep the protective cover, as well as some I/O at the back, so power, interfacing, all that good stuff. And then a nice little kickstand. Okay, so we're just going to turn it on. So while that's going, we'll just run through a few of the things that you get in the case. So naturally, you're going to get a calibration cert and a quick guide. So calibration cert there, and a quick start guide. One would hope if you're picking up one of these sets, you've been trained in how to use an ultrasonic set. Okay. And we also have a CD for any software that we need with this set. We also have the charging cable, an Australian plug, we have a strap, should you require it. And today we're just going to use just a simple 0 degree conventional probe. So just one of those. Just a dual crystal conventional probe. Okay, so when you start up the set, you'll be greeted with the load screen. So at this point, you can create a configuration, load a configuration, load some data, load a report, or manage your files. And on the other side here, you'll see the recent files that you have been opening. Okay. So the controls are fairly simple. You've got a 4-directional touchpad here with a confirm button or OK button in the middle and a cancel button up the top here. It's also touch sensitive, so a bit like the old iPods, well, the discontinued iPods, it's like a click wheel. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're just going to create a configuration so we can run through the UI. Okay, so after you click configuration, you'll have a choice between conventional, Toft, phased array, or you can cancel and go back. Okay, so in this instance, we're just going to go for conventional. Once you're in the conventional menu, you'll have a couple of options. So you can nominate your part geometry, you can say plate, you can say you're scanning outside a pipe, and you can also say that you're scanning inside a pipe. Okay, so we'll just go for plate. Okay, you can nominate your material. Okay, so you can just type it in. You can connect a mouse to this, but you also have the ability to type in using the old, the phone keypad style typing. So, for example, if I press 7 4 times, I get S, T, E, E, L. Okay, and then I can confirm that. Okay, we can nominate our thickness. So I'm just going to use a standard block today, so we'll just say 25 mil. I'm just going to say no weld at this point, but if you were to choose a weld, let's say you chose a single V, there are other options like double V, custom bevel, single U, W, and a custom U or J prep. Okay. What you can then do is you can input the parameters of that weld. So you can say the heat affected zone, you can nominate what you think the heat affected zone is. You can nominate the root gap. You can nominate the width of the cap on one side. You can nominate the included angle for one side, and that's that. So we're not going to be using a weld, so we're just going to say none. And then from this menu here, these three buttons come into play, as you can see here. So you can say F1 is hide, F2 is previous, and F3 is next. Okay, so these three buttons are how you navigate through this menu. So we've completed there, we'll go to the next one. Okay, so then we're going to nominate our probe type. So I'm using a dual crystal, so I'm going to nominate dual crystal. You can also use a mono square and a mono circular, and questions will come up about that. For example, with the square, it'll come up with the questions about the dimensions of the square. With the monocircular, it'll just be about the total diameter, and with the dual crystal, it's the same. So we're going to nominate a frequency. So I've got a 5 megahertz probe here, so we're just going to put that there, and then we'll nominate the channel that we've connected that to. I'm going to opt for channel A. So let me just untangle these cables here. Okay, so channel A is this top one here. It's marked by the letter A that you can see, hopefully you can see there. And channel B is the one at the bottom. So we're going to connect to channel A. As always, when connecting any probe, we're going to have a look at the top, see if there's any indicator, if there's a difference between the transmit and receive. Usually it's something like a T or a red dot. In this instance, this probe doesn't have any markings like that, so it doesn't matter. But if we did have a